लंबे सफर की छोटी सी दास्तान. I'm Asali Thakur. Welcome to my show. I am one of the traveling vloggers in Pakistan. I am currently doing this video to show you what is required in hardware of building or upgrading your PC. So let's get to it. Before moving to our main objectives, I'd just like to explain what is the purpose of this video, and it explains all the information prerequisite to what is going to happen or unveil in the upcoming videos. So let's begin with that. The first thing that you should know about this whole process or the videos is going to be divided into two parts. Part 1, Part 2. Each part may have sub-contents in it, so just to clarify of what and how is the buying process is going to affect the whole process. One more thing that I forgot to mention is why I'm dividing it into two parts, because of the budget constraints. For me particularly, I was unable to buy the whole PCs in one go, so I'm going to break it into parts. That's why I'm going into part-wise building up of the PC. So the first part is going to be about upgrading your graphic card as well as your power supply. Upgrading graphic card is something that you need to do accordingly for your transitions of videos to happen in a much more clearer fashion. And for PCU, it's a more optional thing. It's all up to you. If you think your power supply is sufficient, more than welcome. Do check at the back end if the upgrading parts require further amount of power or not. In my experience, if you have a 500 watts of power that is running in your current system, I think that is usually enough. But if you do have more, I do not want to compromise the power limit, so I'm going to upgrade accordingly. So that's the first thing. Second part, we are going to deal about motherboard, processor, RAM, and maybe hard disk depending on our budget remaining. So my current specification for the systems are i7 processor 2600, P8H61MLE ASUS motherboard. There is 12 GB of RAM. The graphic card was about 2 GB of NVIDIA, and also NTEX power supply of about 500 watts. So that's the general current system that I'm currently using. So we are going to modify all of these things to the what is requirement of the current trends and that is falling in the market in 2019. So yeah, the reason that I'm making this video is for every one of us to get the updates of what the market prices are. Two, the system was becoming slow. I needed an upgrade. Three, the new softwares that were launched in this year were not performing well on my current system. 4, if I do a 4K video editing, it takes me about 3 months or 4 months just to edit the whole scenario. And 5, when we are exporting those video from point A to point B, it takes about 3 days just to get a 4K video at the end of the day. So it was taking a lot of time. Graphic card is insufficient for creating smooth transitions from one clip to another. That's why a graphic card is needed. And when you're upgrading the graphic card, you also need to consider the kudos or the kudos requirement for the graphic card. It plays a major role in selecting the according to the application. And another reason is I'm using the Adobe Premiere Pro. You can have the option to utilize a Final Cut Pro as well. It's one of the most demanding softwares while video editing. So it's take your pick, do it accordingly. I just like to inform you that Adobe Premiere Pro is more popular and more functional in the Windows. It can be applicable in Mac, and in Mac system users, they can use Final Cut to their advantage. It's much more compatible with the Mac as compared to the Windows. So Final Cut and Adobe Premiere Pro both works in all of the OS, but it's all up to you what kind of software you prefer to use it. I prefer to use the Adobe Premiere Pro because it has much more frequent videos available on the YouTube to get the tutorials out of it and get your video started and make it a more pleasant look for our viewers as well. So that's I would like to request everyone to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification bell icon, that is a notification channel, to receive regular updates on the new parts or the videos that are going to be released as with this frequent flow. So take care, peace out.